Hey guys, Victoria Paxton here. Thanks for stopping back by my YouTube channel. Okay guys, so today we're going to talk about Naris Vata. That's how you pronunciate his name properly, but he doesn't use the A at the end of Vata, so it's just Vat. Naris Vat. So if I say it wrong, who cares? So there was court today. Today's Friday the 13th. Let me add in here first, yesterday, hubby and I had to go to UVA, and then we came back, and then we drove all the way to Dawson's Corner in Chantilly, which is on the backside of Loudoun County near the Botanical Garden. Interestingly enough, the Botanical Garden, there are like 3 huge bodies of water. It was closed right now. It opens in October, but it was open in July and August. So, but we went to Dawson's Corner. It's a newer subdivision, has 2 large, well, 1 really large body of water, and then a couple of like retention ponds. I didn't feel Mamta there at all. So I just wanted to put that on there. The other thing, I don't know what the other thing is. Okay. So court today, Prince William County Courthouse, Judge Carroll A. Weimer Jr. He is a bulldog, y'all. I like him. The Commonwealth attorney on this case, apparently, I thought it was the lady that was on Jose's case, but they work in tandem. So Matthew Sweet, who I happen to know, used to be on Jose's case. Well, it's still part of Jose's case, just not the lead. He was the one on the case today. So, get to the courthouse. I met some amazing people today. I can't remember everyone's name, but a lot of people that have been searching for Mamta. I sat in court next to this nice young gentleman. I didn't even catch it. I did catch his name, but I can't remember it for the life of me. He's a friend of Naris's, and he said, please, most people from Nepali are good people. He's a bad man. I said, okay. So at 9:03, Judge Weimer said, what the heck is going on? Where's Mr. Butt? And they said, oh, he hasn't been brought up from the jail yet. The judge was quite perturbed because there were a lot of issues with people being brought up from jail today, apparently. So the judge was not happy. He also took a break, got up off the bench and was just like, ugh, taking a break, and walked off, you know, because he was upset. So then he comes back in. They told us not even to stand up. So this judge was just like, let's get the frickin' show on the road. I don't have time for this bullshit, right? He didn't say that. That's me, of course. He came out. At 9:29, Naris was brought in. He didn't look at anybody in the courtroom. Okay. Let me back up a little bit. Y'all know how I got to jump around. So pretty soon after we sat down in the courtroom, we were in the second row behind where Naris was going to be brought in. I wanted to be as close to him as possible to see if I'd get anything. We couldn't sit in the first row because that's where the attorneys sit. So y'all, this is all alleged for entertainment purposes only. Don't sue me because I'm a broke psychic, okay? So pretty soon after sitting down in the courtroom, Mamta came through. She was really upset, okay? She was coming through saying, is he going to get out of jail today? I'm worried for my mother and my child. Is he getting out of jail today? Please don't let him get out of jail today. She was very upset. I was like, no, 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 no. He's not been given bond. He's not getting out. I said, this is just like a legality. He's not getting out. And she said, I'm very worried for my child and my mother. Yeah. So he comes out. He didn't look into the courtroom at all. Literally seconds later, Mamta came through and said that her mom and brother were there. No sooner is she telling me this, the guy to the left of me, who is Naris's friend, said, or I don't know that he's Naris's friend, he knows Naris, said, Mamta's mother and brother are here. And I was like, oh, okay, which I already knew, but, you know, I was like, oh, okay, thank you. He was a really great guy, good guy. Anyway, so seconds after Naris sat down in his chair, he didn't look at anybody in the courtroom. He literally walked in, looked over at the Commonwealth attorney's desk, sat down. Wasn't like turning around looking or anything. I was immediately, you guys, I had to write all this down because you have to understand, this case is taking its toll on me. It's been very overwhelming. And to remember everything, I gotta take notes, y'all. I was immediately feeling nauseous. I had a terrible, terrible headache, and I was struggling to breathe. I almost felt like I was gonna black out. That's how bad it was. And the only reason I know that feeling is because when I was going through all the brain surgeries, when I developed a spinal fluid headache before I got the shunt put in, I had this horrific headache, and I felt like I was gonna black out. That was the exact same feeling I had this morning. And I know that I was feeling what Mamta was feeling, what she had gone through. Immediately, I was feeling that Nariz, he's an evil man. No two ways about it. Nariz Avata is an evil man. Evil man. I could feel it. I'm telling you guys, there's no getting around it, okay? So, so if you all remember, flashback to when, sorry, there's people here. We're at a park, we're at Signal Hill Park and Manassas Park. I figured we'd just come here instead of, anyway. So, back when I was seeing Nariz grab Mamta, and I kept seeing that in my dreams, my visions. So I'm seeing that again. So we're sitting in court. I'm seeing that again, right? She was fighting him, right? She was fighting. He grabbed her and was trying to cut off her air, and she was struggling to breathe, and she vomited. And I think because she vomited, it pissed him off. Because she vomited a little bit, and it pissed him off. And that's when the violence really kicked in. She was fighting him, though. She was fighting this whole time, y'all. I'm sure he had scratches on him. I'm sure he did, because she was fighting. And let me tell you, he's very dark complected. I didn't realize until I saw him in person, right? He was literally 5 feet from me. And he's very, very dark complected, whereas, you know, I'm white as white can be. So, see there? I have a scratch. I think you can probably see it. It's pretty, you know, pretty easy on my skin. You could notice a really bad scratch because I'm so fair complected. He's very, very dark complected. So I would think it may be kind of hard. So when the police served the welfare check, they may not have noticed that. You know what I mean? Because they weren't going there thinking he had killed his wife. They were going there trying to find her, and he said, oh, she's with her sister in New York or Texas or whatever the hell he said. So yeah, so I wanted to add that in there. Yeah, the violence like kicked in. Something in his brain clicked when she vomited. She vomited slightly, and he grabbed a knife. And let's just say I'm not going to go into any more specific details about that, because I'm sure this platform would probably take this down. But let me just say that it makes sense that their master bath shower was covered in the red stuff all over. That would make sense. Yeah. So, okay, so let's talk about, that was the other thing. She vomited, he grabbed her by the hair, and then he had her by the hair, and then he reached and got the blade. So let's talk about what happened in court today. So his attorney, which for the life of me I cannot remember his name, I hate to say this, but for a court-appointed lawyer, he's really good, y'all. And listen, Nariz has the right, as you know, being here in the U.S., to a fair trial. So this attorney is going to give him a fair trial. Like, he's doing a good job, y'all. Let's just say that. He was fighting that judge. Like, he was trying to get his point across to that judge. Let's just say that. So his attorney was saying that the Commonwealth should be forced to turn over 6 different things, okay? One of those things, they were asking the Commonwealth to turn over the video from UVA Prince William Hospital in Manassas, where Mamta worked, because on July 27th, she had ordered an Uber, At the last minute, she cancels the Uber, and a black sedan pulls up. She gets in and leaves. His attorney said, we need that video because, you know, we don't think she's dead. She's out there alive, we think. Or maybe the person that was driving that vehicle had nefarious reasons for picking her up, and they're the reason why she's missing. I'm not quoting him, okay? These are my words, okay? I'm just turning shit around of what he said to make it easier to understand. Commonwealth Matthew Sweet, who I happen to know, said Neresa's charges are concealment of a dead, you know, the B word, but it starts with the B, ends with a Y. He said his charges have nothing to do with when Mamta was alive on July 27th. She was alive July 27th. His charges have nothing to do with that. So why should we have to give them the videotape from the hospital of that, right? Which that made sense to me, but you know, I'm not an attorney, so there you go. And Neresa's attorney kept saying, well, we don't know that she's dead, so I have to have investigators research, so we need to see this tape so we can go to that person and find out why Mamta was in that person's vehicle and left with them. Which is it, dude? You don't know if she's alive or you think somebody else, her, right? What the hell is it? Neresa's attorney was also asking that the Commonwealth have to give up cell phone records and all the GPS records that have come forward. That was the other one. He was also asking for body cam footage and any evidence that had to do with the day that they did the second welfare check, when Manassas Park Police Department served the second welfare check, because he's claiming that Nerese said, yes, I want to file a missing persons report. He's claiming that the Manassas Park Police Department said, well, since she disappeared in February, since she left in February, you shouldn't even file a missing persons report. There's no reason to file a missing persons report since she left before. So they want all of that footage because they want to know exactly what happened. You know, his attorney wants to have his investigators research. Like, did they really say that? Which, come on, y'all. I could be wrong, but come on. I mean, I know the Manassas Park Police Department screwed up a little bit at the beginning, a lot at the beginning, but come on, you know. He also said that Nerese texted one of the police officers, and they didn't even call him back till the next day. Well, bully for you, whatever, okay. Nerese's attorney kept referencing the Brady rules concerning all this. Well, according to the Brady rules, the Commonwealth has to do A, B, and C. According to the Brady rules, the prosecutors have to do A, B, and C, which, in case you didn't know, this is a Commonwealth state. So we don't call them prosecutors, we call them Commonwealth attorneys. They're prosecutors, whatever. Also, Nerese's attorney was saying that the family that lived, he said the family that lived below Nerese, meaning the 5 people that lived in the basement, he said, I need to question them. I need to be able to talk to them. I need to know because they could be involved in why she's missing. Here we go again. Is she missing or is she, dude, make up your mind, right? Okay, so the judge asked Nerese's attorney, why is it favorable to your client to see the hospital video? And that's when he explained, well, because we think she's still alive, and we think that something nefarious could have happened to her when that person picked her up. Again, is she alive or unalive? Like, what the hell? And he said, also, Nerese's attorney said, the Commonwealth is saying that both Mamta and Nerese's phones were together at one point. Well, that means that there's all kinds of witnesses out there that saw them together then, right? So I need to investigate that, and I need to talk to these witnesses. I'm thinking, okay, dude, you're doing a good job there, buddy. He is doing a good job. He's doing a damn good job. For getting paid jack shit from the state, he's doing a really good job for Maurice. So, okay, so then the judge said, okay, I'm ready to roll. I'm over this. You could tell the judge was freaking irritated. He's like, I'm ready to roll. At one point, what did he say? I'm trying to remember. The judge said to Maurice's attorney, you need to slow down for the interpreter, because Maurice had an interpreter. The interpreter was a really nice guy. He was sitting in front of us at the beginning, and we talked to him, and he's the one that told me how to properly pronunciate Maurice Vata. And the name Vat is usually Bhatta, which is pronounced Vata. I know that now. Thank you, sir. He was a nice guy. So yeah, he said to the attorney, you need to slow down for the interpreter's sake. And everybody busted up laughing, you know, because this attorney, Maurice's attorney, was going nuts. Like, he's all amped up, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I just get really, you know, with cases. Like, yeah, we can tell, dude, we can tell. Had a little bit too much coffee this morning, didn't you, buddy? Okay, so the judge said, okay, I'm done. I'm ready to rule. He said, I'm going to grant part of it, and I'm going to deny part of it. That's what he said. He said, I'm going to say that the Commonwealth has to turn over the exculpatory evidence, so they must turn over the video from Prince William Hospital. Anything pertaining to that video needs to be turned over to Vata's attorney. The Commonwealth has to turn over all the evidence they have concerning the day the Manassas Park Police Department went to Naresa's residence for the second welfare check. So if there's body cam footage, if there's, you know, notes, paperwork, whatever, all that has to be turned over. He said, I'm going to deny that the cell phone records and GPS be turned over. He said that will be turned over in due time. You know, this case, we haven't even scheduled a trial date yet. That will be done on Monday, by the way, you guys. Because the judge said, we tried to set the trial date, but you weren't here the other day. He said that to Naresa's attorney, you weren't here the other day and your boss didn't want to schedule it. And he's like, oh, well, I apologize that I wasn't there. Whatever, dude, you weren't here, shut up. Because he was complaining like, oh, now we have to come back to court on Monday. You know, it's like, dude, get the F over it. Should have been there. So, yeah. So, long story short, Naresa's attorney, Naresa's not going to be able, if he's found guilty, okay, he's not going to be able to come back and say, oh, I wasn't given a fair trial. Because let me tell you something, this attorney is busting his ass. He's trying to make a name. I have a feeling that's part of it. Is, you know, it's a high profile case. It's made national news. He's trying to make a name for himself. You know, if he fights for Nerese and wins, could you imagine? Like, there goes his career, you know. But he's doing his job, and I hate to say it, but we are in the United States of America, and everyone's entitled to a fair trial. So, although it's irritating, because of course you just want his attorney to be like, yeah, he's guilty, he did it, there's nothing I can say or do, so, yeah. You know what I mean? You just want that, but it's a good thing he's getting a fair trial, so he can't come back and continue, you know, I just went blank, what's the word where your case, appeal. He can't come back and appeal his case, you know, he's not going to have grounds for appeal. So, yeah, so it's a good thing. I met some amazing people today. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. So there's a lady on TikTok, and I don't know if she has a YouTube channel or not. I didn't get time to ask her. We talked a little bit. Bless her heart, she was sick as crap. Her name's Kona, and she has, on TikTok, she's on And Then They Were Gone podcast. And I believe she has a YouTube channel. It's called And Then They Were Gone. Her name's Kona. Bless her heart, she's sick as could be. She lives in Loudoun County, and she came out for the case, even though she's sick as a dog with a virus. I got to meet her. She was so sweet. I got to meet Angel, and I feel so bad because at the very beginning, I met these two other young ladies that were amazing. These two women were amazing, and I feel so bad that I can't remember their names, but they were amazing. And if you happen to see this, you were so kind and so sweet. They were telling me, like, as soon as the bailiff opens up the door, run in there and get up in the second row so you can be close to him, because I explained to them that I needed to be close to him, you know. And But I can tell you this. I can tell you this. His attorney can say all day and all night, my client's innocent, she's still alive. The second that man came out, I felt the evil. And I was even talking to the guy who knows him, and I was like, yeah, he's evil. I can feel it. And he's like, yeah. Because I said to him, I said, is he a really good guy? Because he said he knew Naras. And I was like, oh, is he a really good guy or something? And he was like, no. He's like, no, most Nepalis aren't bad like him. He's like, no, he's a bad man. I was like, okay. And I talked to him a little bit about Nepal, and, you know, I said, so is Nepal prettier or India? And he said, well, it depends where you go in India, I guess, but Nepal's gorgeous. I was like, okay. But yeah, I saw the Commonwealth that I'm dealing with on another case, and talked to the Commonwealth's assistant. 2 days ago, I met Mike from Chisholm Crime Time on TikTok and YouTube. I met him at the Prince William County Landfill. We were told, I was run off by this guy, you can't go up on the hill like where they dump the trash from neighborhoods. You're not allowed up there. I know people are saying, oh yeah, you can go up there. No, you used to be able to go up there. You can no longer go up there. Trust me, we tried. So I couldn't get up to the top of the hill where they dump the trash to be able to figure out, like, okay, is she in this area? But I definitely felt her there. I immediately had Mamta coming through. Not immediately. We got there, we were sitting there, a guy drove up and said, can I help you? That's when I said, I need to go up there. He said, that's impossible, it's not gonna happen, I'm sorry, no one's allowed. And he said, and you can't be sitting here. So he made us move our truck to another location. So we were waiting on Mike to get there, so we moved to the other location, and immediately Mamta was coming through. Met up with Mike, we walked over to get as close as we could, and she was coming through. And I felt her there. Let me say this, I felt a part of her there, for sure. Now, is her entire, starts with the B, ends with the Y, 4-letter there? I don't know. But she's definitely, some part of her's there. I contacted Manassas Park Police again to say, hey, I have not heard back from them. I have had many people from TikTok who saw my TikTok that I did about the landfill. Well, Mike did a TikTok at the landfill, and I'm in it. Many people have called the Manassas Park Police Department to tell them that they need to check out the landfill. So I appreciate everybody who's done that. Maybe I'm just naive, but I would have thought the landfill would have been one of the first places that they looked. But I guess not. In relation to Dawson's Corner, when we went over there, it's Chantilly, Loudoun County. It's on the back side of Chantilly. When we went to Dawson's Corner, there's a gravel driveway that goes around by the large body of water that's there and goes back to like a farm, I guess, and a house back in there. I did not feel Mamta there at all. I would like to know about the botanical garden that's back there. If anybody knows anything about that botanical garden, email me, because I would love to talk to somebody about that. It's closed now. It'll open back up in October, but it was open in July and August, and there's 3 very large bodies of water in that botanical garden. I seriously doubt that he drove with her BY in the vehicle and did that during broad daylight, and I think at night the gates are closed, so it's probably not even a chance, but I don't know. But yeah, we went to Dawson's Corner. I do have a TikTok, you guys. I'd like to do most everything here on YouTube, but I am under victoriapaxton.psychic on TikTok. If you want to go over there and watch those as well as here. But you know, y'all are my OG YouTubers. YouTube friends, and I love y'all. I love it over here. So alright guys, be nice, be kind, stay safe, stay healthy. We are gonna go because it's gonna probably start raining here soon, but I hope everybody has an amazing weekend. I'm probably not gonna do another video right now unless we go somewhere else or something comes up, I may do another one concerning Mamta, but yeah. Have a great weekend. Bye, guys.